with Professor Abdel Elsaid, Professor of Human Resource Management, Ain Shams University, and Professor Ghadeer Mohamed Badr, Professor of Human Resource Management, Future University in Egypt. This is the table of content that will be discussed during the presentation. The glass ceiling is defined as the transparent barriers which prevent women from reaching the top management position in the organization. There are three types of barriers that keep women from reaching the top level management position inside the organization: self-imposed barriers, institution barriers, and societal barriers. Sustainable Development Goals, goal number 5, aims to achieve gender equality and empower all women as an initial condition for a peaceful and sustainable society. Researchers differed on defining the concept of the glass ceiling due to the different point of view. One defined the glass ceiling is a form of barriers that prevent women from occupying top position in management hierarchy. The International Labour Organization defined the glass ceiling as a description of the artificial barriers that are generated by personal and institutional preconceptions that exclude women from senior executive positions. In contrast, another point of view described glass ceiling as barrier to career progression, such as inadequate education and lack of work experience, and the glass ceiling are less tangible and may be rooted in culture, society, organization, individual, and psychological factors that work collectively to prevent the progression of women to managerial position. Another biological point of view of definition of glass ceiling is not just an expression of male domination, but also has biological implications. Managers have reported that after having a child, smart and ambitious young women who are qualified and capable for top jobs lose interest in them and choose for parenting role instead. There are 4 determinants for the glass ceiling. The individual determinants is defined as the personality and characteristics, such as level of confidence, personal attributes, and inability to sell themselves. Women, on the other hand, have the greatest impact on individual personality and characteristics such as lack of confidence and difficulty coping with emotions. Second, the family factors. Women have 2 commitments to fulfill at the same time, work and family. As a result, this has an impact on career development of women. Third, the organization factor is discussed in terms of the barriers that occurs outside the organization, which comes to the development of career women. Organization reinforce gender inequalities and male domination, gender order according to women's studies, both in paid and unpaid labor. As a result, it's critical to consider how gender influences what considers an ideal work characteristics. Finally, the cultures factor is equally important in the development of women's career. Gender inequality reinforced by customs, beliefs, cultures, and religion. Not just about entrepreneurial activities. In the industrial countries, women confront higher social culture obstacles than their tasks. There are many barriers affecting the glass ceiling. First, social barriers, which is the difficulties surrounding the women face to assume leadership position due to social factors surrounding them, like the educational level. The cultures barriers in the forms of the beliefs, tradition, and norms. Some cultures prevent women from going out of home and don't support the women taking challenging opportunities. Third, organization barriers in terms of the recruitment policies, biased recruitment policies, and the unsupportive the corporate climate and the cultures for women, lack of opportunity for training and education women into higher management positions, and also the biased performance appraisal methods. Fourth, the government barriers. The lack of the government strong provision and prevention programs to eliminate and stop the glass ceiling phenomenon. A stereotype belief caused due to the differences created between human groups and their potential limit interactions. The women themselves become a barrier for their career, such as inability to give proper time and fear of taking leadership responsibility. As for the tool to overcome barriers of glass ceiling, attempt to use those and cause to eliminate unequal opportunities, gender opportunities, which influences women participation in higher level management position inside the organization. Women may use someone who can encourage or inspire them to pursue career decision and achieve certain goals and to break through the glass ceiling phenomenon. Women also can use a mentor persons which are more experienced and qualified individual, usually in a position to advise the junior woman toward the class in order to how to shatter the glass ceiling. We can also overcome the barriers of the glass ceiling through strategic networks that women formed in response to the isolation and social exclusion they face in the corporate world. Finally, women and men organize their life differently according to the generated roles, the participation in decision-making process, access to the legal systems, and economic resources not equitable. The way gender relations are defined in the workplace often mirrors the division of labor in the homes, when roles are based on the gender stereotypes. As for the glass ceiling belief, there are an optimistic belief of women toward the glass ceiling where they believe that men and women face equal opportunities and problems when they move toward the top management position. Another optimistic belief of the glass ceiling, that women believe that they can cope with the glass ceiling effect and they can fight for the right to promotion and career development. While the pessimistic belief of glass ceiling, that women believe toward the glass ceiling, that they perceive that they face more obstacles than men when moving toward the top management position, which is difficult for them to break the glass ceiling. Acceptance, finally, is another pessimistic belief of women toward the glass ceilings, where women accept the glass ceiling due to their commitments towards family. There are strategies for breaking through the glass ceiling. International labor organizations have taken a step to address this issue, including educating the women, enabling interpersonal communication channel, adopting policies that take into account the family interest, improving some recruitment roles, and raising public awareness of women growing economic role and significant contribution, make it possible for women to realize their own strengths. They will pave the road for using women human resource and management and decision-making position. Managers and organizations should take efforts to address the glass ceiling problem. Corporations must change people's attitudes and behavior to implement certain policies and programs throughout several organization divisions. Managers should implement skills, enhance the skills to support and self-confidence for women to be succeeded in the organization. The most important skills that women requires is the awarenesses that they have the necessary skills and competitive behavior. Finally, other essential techniques for enhancing circumstances for women, for working women, include ensuring the job's stability, ensuring persistent education, and building self-confidence to handle difficult duties. The effect of glass ceiling on women career developing: when women developing their career, women experience potential barriers. When women face transparent barriers because of their status instead of their skills, or education, or experience. Besides, these barriers means that women find it difficult to develop their career to their organization level. Such barriers are known as the glass ceiling. Organization barriers in the form of organization policies and attitude, work bias, or work environments that don't support and prevent women managers' ability to work effectively, as well as promotional barriers. Another barrier that originates from the women themselves is self-imposed glass ceiling, which is an obstacle that emerges from inside the woman that prevents them from improving inside the organization. As for the research method, the researchers use most of the sources like books, conference papers, online sources, publications during the literature research. The researchers consider the internal and the external factors, gender and stereotypes, as the key words for the literature searches for the glass ceiling on women career development. Finally, it is concluded from the research that women who make up half of the population have a significant impact on the society overall. Therefore, it is important to remove the barrier preventing women from moving up to the corporate ladder in order to achieve sustainable human growth. The biggest barriers to women development to top management position are cognitive, valuation, and legal obstacles, and then exist when there is no rational explanation for women. Utilizing the competences and capabilities of human resources from every nation, regardless of their gender discrimination, is important to fulfilling the goals of various organizations as a result sustainable growth as well as social and economic development. Given that there are differences between men and women in various aspects of the society, and that every society development depends on utilizing available knowledge, it is important to develop scientific plans and appropriate programs to help create the conditions for women presence and survival in society. Since women make up half of every society's population, this is especially important for social reformers to consider. Thank you.